Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the I Love Nail Polish Spring 2017 collection. So there are 13 polishes here altogether. 6 are the Spring collection, 6 are the Color Kissed Ultra Holos collection, and then there is 1 individual polish. So these are all available right now. I will link the website down below where you guys can check these out, and I will get into the swatches. So starting out with the Spring collection, the first polish is called Ballet Slipper, and this is a light pink with a slight gold shimmer and a scattered holographic. So here is one coat. And this one is pretty sheer on that first coat, but there is a ton of that scattered holographic in there. Great formula on this one. So here is 2 coats. And this one is starting to build up a bit. Still a bit too sheer for my taste though, so I'm going to do a 3rd coat. So here's 3 coats. I can still see a tiny bit of my nail line with this one on 3 coats, but it is so hard to pick out, again, because of all the holographic. It really helps to distract from that. And those holographic bits in there are little tiny flakes, so they'll lay flat and they shouldn't be difficult to remove. So there's 3 coats of Ballet Slipper. The next polish is called Aria, and this is a light blue linear holographic, maybe like a little splash of green in there as well. So here is 1 coat. This one covers really well on that first coat, just a little bit sheer still. Great formula on this one, and this is super holographic. So here is 2 coats. And 2 coats does cover completely on this one. It was really close in one, but just not quite there. And this one does dry pretty shiny, and like with most holographics, the holographic effect is going to be a lot stronger once it's fully dry. So there is 2 coats of Aria. The next polish is called Versailles, and this is a very shimmery yellowy gold with the scattered silver holographic. So here is 1 coat. This one is very sheer on that first coat. I did also swatch this over black, so I'll have a picture of that at the end so you can see what that looks like. A ton of scattered silver holographic in these. So here's 2 coats. That gold shimmery base is starting to build up a bit, but it's still pretty sheer. And the scattered holographic in here is, again, little flakies. So it is going to dry flat, and it's not going to be too difficult to remove. They will stick to the skin, though. They just won't stick to the nail. So here is 3 coats. And this one covers almost completely on 3. My camera battery died, and I'm not sure where I left off. I was saying that you can still see a little bit of the nail line, but it's very hard to pick out just because there's so much scattered holographic going on that it distracts from it. If you don't know it's there, you're not going to be able to see it. So there is 3 coats of Versailles. The next polish is called Bermuda Breeze, and this is a really nice green. It has like a little bit of blue in it. It looks like it's linear holographic as well as having those scattered holographic flakes in it. So here is 1 coat. And this one is a little bit sheer on that first coat. Great formula on this though. So here is 2 coats. This one covers completely for me in 2. My nails are really short right now. I don't have a lot of nail line. My nail line in general isn't very bright. So I could easily see where you would need 3 with this one if you have a really white nail line or just don't have little tiny nubs and actually have some nail line to show through, because this is right on the edge of needing a 3rd coat. So there is 2 coats of Bermuda Breeze. The next polish is called High Tide, and this is a deeper kind of blue-green. It has a goldy green shimmer to it, scattered holographic. It reminds me of Sephora by OPI's was it Mermaid to Order? Old polish. It's almost like a scattered holographic version of that. A much prettier version of that, because this has that gold shimmer to it too. So here is 1 coat. And this covers pretty well in that first coat. It's pretty sheer, but the color is more saturated than I anticipated, and it does cover pretty evenly. Great formula on this one. So here's 2 coats. And this one does cover completely in 2. And like I've said multiple times, the silver scattered holographic will lay flat. So there is 2 coats of High Tide. The next polish is called Yours Truly, and this is a purple with like a pinky red shimmer and that scattered holographic. So here is 1 coat. A bit sheer on that first coat, but loaded with those little holographic flakes. From the angle that I'm standing at, I can't see the shimmer at all, but then if I look at the viewfinder in the camera, I can see like all shimmer. So here's 2 coats. This one is still a bit sheer on 2, so I'm going to throw a third on there. And after moving my fingers around at different angles, the shimmer does stand out nicely. So here's 3 coats. This one does cover completely in 3, and after the second and third coat, the color darkens up a bit, and the scattered holographic really stands out. So there's 3 coats of yours truly. So the last 6 polishes were the Spring 2016-17. Spring 2017 collection. The next 6 are the Color Kissed Ultra Holos. So these are all scattered holographic silver polishes, but each of them has a different colored shimmer. These are kind of pitched as going over black because it makes the shimmer stand out. I do have swatch pictures of them over black, and I have pictures of them on their own. I was going to film them over black, but when I did my pictures, I had black stained nails for like 4 days, and the peel-off base coat that I was going to use to try to avoid the black stained nails for the video is like taking forever to dry, and I don't want to sit here for 5 hours to swatch 6 polishes waiting for a base coat and a base color to dry. So I'm going to show them on their own today in 3 coats, and I will also show you the pictures of 1 coat over black. So this first polish is Easy Street. This is that silver base, but it has an icy blue shimmer to it that at very extreme angles has a little bit of a purple flash. So here is 1 coat. So you can see that that shimmer in there is really strong. It's a little bit sheer on that first coat, but there is a ton of that silver scattered holographic in there. Formula is really good. I will say with all of these though, when I put them over black, I had a hard time getting the coverage to be even over the black in just 1 coat. I might even actually prefer these on their own. So here is 2 coats. You could probably be good with this one in 2 on its own. I just have a little bit too much nail line for me, and oops, I have way too much pressure there. And because it's only 2 coats, I'm going to add that third. And these are flakies, so they will dry smooth. So here is 3 coats, and 3 coats does cover completely here. And I am really impressed with how, even though these are all mainly silver with just that different colored shimmer, they look like the color of the shimmer at most angles. So even if I take this out of the lights that I use to film, it still looks like I'm wearing a very light icy blue polish, not a silver. I like it. So there is 3 coats of Easy Street. The next polish is called Full Moon, and this is that same scattered silver holographic base with another blue shimmer, but it's a little bit more of a dark blue, not that icy light blue. This one has a shimmer that also flashes like blue-purple, but the purple is way more apparent and the blue is a little bit deeper. So here's 1 coat. This one, coverage-wise and everything, is the same as the last one. The flakies are pretty dense, but it's still going to take 3 coats to cover completely. Great formula on this one. So here is 2 coats. And like the last one, a lot of people might be good with 2 coats. I'm going to add that third because I've never really thought third was totally out of the question. And these will also be fairly easy to remove. The flakies will probably stick to the skin though. So here is 3 coats. This one covers completely in 3. Now I was looking at this and Easy Street together to try to find really what difference there was in the shimmer, and the more I looked at Easy Street, the more it came off a little bit more like a green blue, like an icy green blue, where this is like a true blue. So there is 3 coats of Full Moon. The next polish is called Spring Bouquet, and this is the silver flake holographic base with a green shimmer this time. So here's 1 coat. And this one, like the other one, is pretty packed with flakies, but still a bit sparse on that first coat. Great formula, same as all the others. So here is 2 coats. And these are going to get real repetitive real fast because they're all pretty much identical, just different colors. So like I said, for the other ones, you could probably get away with 2. If you're not picky, I'm going to add that third one though. So here is 3 coats. And this one does cover completely in 3. And I just love that these don't end up looking silver. They really take on the color of the shimmer. So there is 3 coats of Spring Bouquet. The next polish is called Rosewater, and this is those same silver holographic flakies all packed together. But the shimmer in this one is a really intense red. I'm having a hard time getting any more than that top edge of the bottle to show on camera, but it's like surprisingly intense for a shimmer. So here is 1 coat. Same coverage as all the other ones. I'll do 3 coats for this one as well. Also, same formula, and at this point in the video, there are just silver flakes all over my hands. So here's 2 coats, and this one is starting to build up on 2, just like the other ones, and that red shimmer in there is standing out really well. So here's 3 coats. This one does cover completely in 3. I will say, because the shimmer in this one seems to be so much more intense and like brighter of a color, it doesn't blend in and give the whole polish a colored look like the other ones did. The shimmer still stands out really well, but it just looks like a silver polish with a really strong red shimmer, where the other colors, the blues and greens, I guess maybe it's just because those are lighter shimmers, make the whole polish look that color. This one doesn't quite do that, but it's still really pretty. So there is 3 coats of Rosewater. The next polish is Chit Chat, which has those silver flakies in the base and then a stronger purple shimmer. So here's 1 coat. This one looks like it might give the whole polish a purple look. We'll have to see once it builds up a little bit more. Great formula on this one as well. So here is 2 coats. Again, builds up really nicely on the 2nd coat. I think most people could probably get away with 2, but I am going to add that 3rd just for good measure. So here's 3 coats. I will say, this one looked way more dense on 2 coats than the other ones did. Not entirely sure if this needed a 3rd coat. I even went back to make sure that I wasn't wrong and didn't already have 3 coats on. But I've kind of committed already, so I'm going to stick with it. So there is 3 coats, I believe, of Chit Chat. And the last of the Color Kissed Ultra Holos is Sunday Brunch. This is your same silver scattered holographic base with a gold shimmer to it that almost shifts a little bit orange sometimes. So here's 1 coat. And again, a bit sheer on that 1st coat. Great formula on this one, and I do like that gold shimmer. So here is 2 coats. And I can still see a bit of nail line here with 2, so I'm going to do a 3rd. And this time I'm actually positive that this is my 2nd coat. So here is 3 coats, and 3 coats does cover completely here. Again, this will dry smooth. So there is 3 coats of Sunday Brunch. And the last polish here is called the Magician. This is a limited edition polish that's not part of either one of the spring collections. It's a topper, it's a very sheer topper that has that, there is a lily hair on it, that has that unicorn pea style shimmer, that green, yellowy, gold shifting shimmer to it. So I'm going to show this over black. So here is 1 coat. And, you know, I don't remember what my picture swatch looked like, but I didn't think this was going to be so hard to capture the shiftiness on camera. The shift color is predominantly that orange-red color, so that is what you're seeing on camera. But it does shift to that little bit of green at extreme angles, and it's just not showing up. The orange-red itself is not showing up as, like, fiery as it is in person, which is kind of disappointing to me. It really doesn't look like much on camera at all. I don't remember what my picture looks like. I'll have to look. Hopefully it turns out well. But this is 1 coat of the Magician over black. So I think Easy Street is probably my favorite out of these 2 collections because it's one of those, it's not really silver, but it's not really blue. It's right in between like a light icy blue and a silver, but it has that nice purple flash to it. I just really like this one. So those are the new collections from I Love Nail Polish for spring 2017. Again, I will link the website down below where you guys can check those out. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later. Bye.